Cancel culture is coming for Netflix. The left's sword of terror is finally being turned on them with a fury. After spending decades creating sexual content for children to corrupt them, to pervert them into some crazy, weird, mentally ill ideology, people have had enough. Never forget, Netflix stocks is sliding as the boycott rages. The Netflix grooming syndicate was caught red-handed grooming children as young as 2 years old. And so a boycott led by Elon Musk followed, and now Netflix has watched its stock and reputation get obliterated for the past couple of days. The shares have slid 0.8% to 1,162 ahead of the opening bell, having dropped already 2.3% the previous session. So now you're down over 3%. The Barron's piece is laughably and desperately dishonest, instead focusing on Netflix's demonic grooming in animated shows aimed at toddlers. Barron's claims the boycott on something a Netflix producer said about Charlie Kirk, which, don't get me wrong, that only added fuel to the fire. Barron's reported that conservatives have shared screenshots that appear to show Hamish Steele, who created the animated Netflix show Dead End Paranormal Park, criticizing UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer for condemning the assassination of right-wing political activist Charlie Kirk. Breitbart writes, yes, and Barron's, Breitbart writes, refuses to mention the and, which is the amoral Netflix choosing to stream animated programs that expose small children to homosexuality, gay kisses, and of course, some bizarre trans stuff. And little boys in a dress prancing around for his gay dads. This was the clip, of course, that went viral. This is from the paranormal show. Remember, this is for 7-year-old children.
It's not the park. It's me. I'm trans, Norma. And everyone at school knows, and everyone at home knows. And being here, it's like...
You can just feel the weird millennial writing behind this show. The self-inserts, the need to push this mentally ill ideology on little children. Unacceptable.
Like a whole new place. I can just be Barney. And I can choose if and when I tell people. I've never been happier. And that's saying something when I spent today chased by terrifying zombie mascots. Pugsley reminded me how important it is to live your life without apology. So I think I gotta give living here a shot. Don't you?
You don't need...
When you realize that this was purposefully put in to indoctrinate children, it is so outrageous. It is so offensive. And yet this has been going on for years and years. And Netflix has been stuffing this stuff in at every corner. But they're not the only ones. Disney, of course, has been complicit in this. But the Overton window is shifting. Tolerance for this madness is ending. And Netflix is just the latest getting caught in this. Now, Breitbart writes, Netflix is probably too big to fail now. It is an international corporation, the biggest entertainment company on the planet by far, and no online American boycott will bring it down. But the shame that comes with being caught in the demonic act of sexualizing little kids might bring about change. What Netflix has done is indefensible, and they know it's indefensible, but they had hoped to sneak this through in a way that would appease the trans lunatics without angering the normal people. Well, now normal people are onto them. Now, hopefully, even if it is without saying so, the Netflix grooming syndicate will just put a stop to it. But parents need to understand that they must vet everything, and I do mean everything. Ada Twist, scientists, spent 4 seasons luring children and parents into a belief that this was a sweet, safe cartoon. And then halfway through the 4th season, the predators finally arrived with a same-sex wedding and a man-on-man kiss for children to watch. There's no question what these predators are up to. Like a child molester, they lure parents and child alike with a false sense of security before striking. Netflix, Disney, and the rest want to destroy your child's innocence so that they can exploit your child for their demonic political and sexual agenda. The purpose is to corrupt children. And it's weird that they're pushing this on children, but it shouldn't become as a surprise. Never forget, and I'm probably going to have to blur this when I edit this for the channel, but this was just a few years ago. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, this was just 2023. A bunch of a-hole trans marching through the streets saying, we're here, we're queer, and we're coming for your children. This is all on purpose. All of it. They know exactly what they're doing. They're corrupting and they're destroying little children. Never forget, what did the gay community do? They got in on this too. This is 4 years ago. This is the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus. Remember this?
As we celebrate Pride and the progress we've made over these past years, there's still work to be done. So to those of you out there who are still working against equal rights, we have a message for you. You think we're sinful? You fight against our rights. You say we all lead lives you can't respect.
This is when they were at the height of their power. They believed that it didn't matter if they exposed themselves. They could say whatever they wanted. You couldn't stop them. It was too late. So the mask came off. The problem is that it wasn't too late. The Democrat Party hadn't yet done their mass amnesty, which would have overwritten Americans' will here in the United States. And so it's come back to bite them.
But you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it.
You get the picture, and this goes on and on and on. But they have made no bones about it. And by the way, this has been a massive tactical error by the gay community getting involved with the trans. And once they started going after children, this was the bridge too far. This is where people said, to hell with this, to hell with the trans community. And the gay community is facing such a vicious backlash, it could destroy all the rights that they have gained over the last couple of decades. Make no mistake, I think gay marriage itself is in danger if they don't separate from the trans community. And not just separate, but help the normal people, the sane people, castigate and cast out the trans from polite society. Because if they don't, people are going to remember that they allied themselves with the trans. Now, obviously, not everyone was for corrupting children, but it doesn't matter. The whole group got lumped in together. And there wasn't any pushback about it until just recently. So it's not looking good for Netflix, and it's not looking good for the woke trans ideology.